G'day and welcome to Sam's Hunt and Cook. On this episode, Clay and I head into the Victorian Highcountry Sub-Alpine areas in search of deer and new hunting zones. We had a lot to do in such little time, so unfortunately I didn't get a lot of B-roll footage to actually build a hunting video off of it, but the footage I did get, I wanted to share with you guys anyway. And it all started on the drive-in when we spotted this beautiful lush green gully, so we parked up the ute and dropped in. It wasn't long before we started to find heaps of fresh sign too, in the way of droppings, scrapes, rubs, that kind of thing. So yeah, we just hunted our way into the wind. Then out of nowhere, a honk rang out of this steep, shallow gully. We thought it was all over. We sat down, we just waited just to see what was going to happen, then all hell broke loose. When that hind popped up out of that gully, she was less than 10 metres away from me and even closer to Clay. I cut the video short, but she actually stood her ground for about 5 minutes trying to work out what we were before she made her way back down. So you remember the couple of Sambar running to the left in the first clip? These other two having not winded us yet, they swung back around over the top of us. And that's when I spun around and started videoing them. You'll notice that when I zoom in, well, shortly after, they get agitated and then they make their move. It was pretty obvious to me at the time, judging by the deer's body language, the value of keeping that low, seated profile. And even though Clay and I weren't sitting perfectly still, that big hind had a rough time trying to work out what we were. It was only when I knelt up with the camera to get an unobscured shot of those other two deer did they become increasingly alarmed. Which brings me to my next clip of the morning of day 2, when Clay and I walk up a young stag, but remain standing. It's very easy to tell by the young stag's raised tail, body language and constant stamping that he wasn't the least bit happy with the two strangers that had wandered into his gully. It's a young stag too. It wasn't the last we saw of that cheeky little stag either. Having not winded us, he circled around in front of us into the next gully. Once we got there, he gave us a bark, let everything in there know we were there, and then continued to ruin our walk for the next kilometre or so. We weren't too happy, but that's hunting. What do you do? Well, that about does it for the episode. I hope you've enjoyed my insights into the deer that I filmed, and the way they reacted encountering us in the seated, kneeling, and standing positions. It's not always going to be the same result. It'll always vary, depending on the area you're in and the amount of hunting pressure in that area too. That said, happy hunting, full bellies, best of luck. I'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah, there he goes. He's just down here. Where'd he go? There he is. Oop.
Black with that yellow underside.